because I'm going to be putting this on YouTube, public, then obviously I've got to think carefully about what I say, how I say it, knowing that it's not just my friends and people who are supporting me that might watch this, and I guess knowing that there will be people that support him, maybe even him. So, like, I've been really hurt, but I'm trying to pick myself back up. When I go into my heart, I just feel pain that I can't cope with, or I don't feel like I can cope with. And so then there's times where I try to get into being angry with him. Because if I just get angry with him, I don't feel as scared. But it's really hard to stay angry because I'm not an angry person. And like, obviously I know that anger can be helpful. Obviously I'm experiencing that when I'm feeling angry, but like, I'm a really spiritual person, and but I believe in love. I believe we, as spiritual beings, as our blueprint, that underneath all the crap, all the bad things we've done, all the bad things other people have done to us, the bad things in society, the memories, the thoughts and the feelings, that underneath all that, we are just pure love. We're our pure spiritual beings, our blueprint. Because if we think back to, if we can remember, I mean, I remember being very young, and I think if we think back to our youngest memory, our oldest memory, whatever, when we were our youngest, before we even learned to speak, like, all we had was this pure love and joy. We didn't even know what love was. We couldn't define it. We couldn't intellectualize it. But we felt love. And I feel that is our true spirit beneath everything, beneath all the crap that goes on in life. And so when I look at other people, and when I look at him, that, like, my spirit reaching out to his spirit is just love, and erases, like, what he's done, erases trying to analyse why he's done what he's done and why he's still doing it. And I guess I tried to believe that he would hear that spirit calling, and hear and listen to his own spirit, and just fix this. And like, I didn't want to believe that he's not the good person that I and others think he is. But he's not the person that I admired. But it was some really good act, some really good mask, but then how? Like, how could it have been? And then I don't feel like this, it's like he's splitting to go from being such a kind, compassionate, good being person that made me feel amazing and made me start it made me start believing in myself. And like I almost feel like it's made it worse. Like if I hadn't, like I didn't used to really believe in myself very much anyway. I had low self-esteem, I had low confidence, and I beat myself up all the time. But I had moments where, sorry, I had moments where I don't want my makeup to run. Like, for people that watch that know me, they'll know that I never wore makeup. Like, I never used to wear makeup. And, like, I'm trying to reinvent myself because I don't want to be the person that he thinks I am. So I got my hair cut and I've had it coloured and I'm wearing makeup and I bought new clothes. But, you can't mask it, you can't hide who you are, and you can't clean it away, cut it away, or paint it away. And I don't want to be me anymore. And I don't want to keep blaming myself for what he did and what he's doing. But, you know, he told me that I fucked his head up. He told me that I was impacting him emotionally, and, you know, he knew. But I already blamed myself for all the bad things that had happened in my life. You know, I'm a multiple rape victim, I'm a childhood sexual abuse survivor, and he knew. But I had a habit, a propensity to blame myself, and was struggling with that. And so he also knew I'd blame myself for this. And, I haven't even said that I'm talking about my therapist. And, and then, and I promised I wouldn't report him, but I did. And everything is blown out of control, and I already felt I had no control, and I just needed him to reassure me, and I feel like he wants me dead. I feel like he wants me to kill myself, and like, if I just feel confused and scared and alone, really, really, really fucking alone. And it's been the worst 2 years of my life, and it's and I got through the last year with him, and like, I didn't think I'd be able to, but I did. And now and now I'm on my own, and And like my friends will tell you I never look in the camera, and I'm trying really hard. So people can feel, oh, and I feel very self-conscious looking at myself with makeup on, and I feel like I feel like I look stupid, but at least I don't look like what he remembers me. I need to dry my face, and I've got a towel down here. Makeup's makeup's held really good, doesn't it? I'm trying to sort myself out, and sorry. So I didn't want to get another therapist, and I can't hope she isn't watching, or hope that she understands if she is, that like I just don't want to see her, and like a number of reasons. One is that she's not him. The other is that she uses therapeutic terms that remind me of him. And I just don't believe any of it anymore. I don't believe any of it anymore. So I feel like it's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, and it's just all bullshit. Psychotherapy is all bullshit. And I don't feel like it can help me anymore because of what he's done. And he was a therapist. He was my therapist. I trusted him. And now I feel like he never even believed what he was saying. And so I emailed him at night during a flashback of being raped as a child, really small infant. And he responded by instructing me quite graphically, without any context or explanation, instructing me to touch myself. And obviously he, during a flashback, and I self-harmed for the first time in 6 years as well, was triggering and mind-boggling and confusing, and felt unsafe, and it like I was throwing up, just shook me. And then when I spoke to him at the next session, I said that I tried, and I'd had imaginings, but they weren't like sexual as such. They were more, I'd imagined him loving me and guiding me and caressing me and kissing me. And I told him this, and he responded that he'd imagined it similarly. And at the time, I went quite shy and embarrassed, and I suppose felt flattered and reassured. And of course I knew it's over professional boundaries, but like it felt less scary that I was on my own and alone through all of that. And I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. I have I'm not a Jehovah's Witness anymore, but obviously brainwashing over years in your childhood programming with masturbation makes me feel bad and dirty and disgusting, and guilt and shame, and so that's why I don't. So I had all those feelings as well, plus I had developed feelings for him, which I told him about, and was trying to get rid of them because they were painful, knowing that, like, he didn't reciprocate those feelings and knowing that nothing could happen. So he knew I was trying to get rid of them when he sent that email. He knew my cultural background and the impact that has on me still. And I was in the middle of a flashback, like it was happening then and there during this interaction, during this engagement. And so it triggered all these bad thoughts and feelings about him that made me feel unsafe. And so I tried to raise that with him and address that with him, hoping that he'd reassure me that I could trust him and that I could feel safe with him, and that he wasn't trying to do the things that were entering my head. Because I had these thoughts and these feelings, and I still do. Like, it's worse now because of the way he's reacted and what's going on. But I had these thoughts and these feelings that he was trying, like it was some kind of experiment, or he was trying to mess with my head so that I'd get sectioned or that I'd kill myself, like a power trip or something. Or I had thoughts that he was reading me describing being raped as a child, and then he responded sexually, like he was getting off on it. And but I made it clear that I didn't believe those thoughts, but that they were just thoughts and feelings that were making me scared, and I just wanted him to reassure me that the thoughts and feelings I had weren't reflecting the reality, and that he wasn't like that, and he wasn't doing that, and he wouldn't reassure me. And he switched it round to how painful it is for him to hear me make accusations and allegations, but I wasn't. I was very clear in that I felt like I was maybe having paranoid thoughts and feelings that were triggered by what he'd said. And I thought that could be worked through it therapeutically. And I was going through the worst weeks of my life, with the court case for my children being put into permanent care, my contact being reduced to them 6 times a year. And that's because of me being disabled and sick, not because I've done anything wrong. And so I'm going through the hardest time in my life, and I'm having flashbacks of really horrible, scary stuff. And then he added to that. And, like, it's almost like that email now isn't even the issue. The issue now is the months, because that was August the 18th. So it's now, today it is 17th of October. So nearly 2 months of being gaslighted, with him deflecting and minimising and blaming me and making me feel guilty, and eventually coming to a point where he's abandoned me and shunned me. And on the 18th of last month of September, I took 4,000 units of insulin and three injections of dilgalgatide. Each of those is 0.75 milligrams. I took 3 of those, and I took a little bit of morphine. And I tried to kill myself, and I was throwing up, and I had a couple of seizures, and I was drifting in and out of unconsciousness, and I had some breathing difficulties where I felt like I kept stopping breathing, and I kept thinking, this is it, I'm going to die now. And then I'd like shock back awake. So I don't know what happened and why I didn't die. But that was on a Friday, and by the Tuesday I was admitted to hospital with gastroparesis caused by the overdose. By that point I was really, really unwell and in a lot of pain. And when I told him that I'd taken an overdose, his response was to write the words out, the first 2 sentences of the song, that the ocean is magnificent, the waves are coming in. And told me that Mother Gaia, to enjoy my near-death experience, and Mother Gaia was welcoming me, and then other emails after that telling me to let go and relax, and that none of the thoughts that I was having mattered anymore. Like nothing matters anymore. Just like let go of them and try to enjoy the experience of dying. And so it felt like he was happy that I was going to die, that I was dying, and wouldn't even do anything to really bring me any comfort and to let me know he didn't hate me and he didn't want that. And then the Sunday when I survived, when I realised I'd failed my attempt, and I emailed him to let him know, and he seemed angry and upset and disappointed that I was still alive, and said that it began his spiritual grieving practices on the Friday and through Saturday, and on Sunday he had been consumed with thoughts of my return from the dead and not to email him with updates anymore. And no inquiries into how I'm feeling mentally or physically. Didn't ask me what I'd taken. Didn't do any safeguarding. Didn't suggest that I see a medical doctor to make sure that I hadn't done any damage to myself. And like it confirmed those fears I had that he wants me to die. He wants me to die. And that I meant nothing to him. There was never any genuine care. They never genuinely cared. I was nothing. I was nothing. Insignificant. And then I'm torturing myself because I looked him up on Google and found out that he's our town councillor. And that like everybody knows him, all the businesses know him, all the other therapists know him, and the accolades, and like he set up charities, and he set up years ago a off-grid community that did shamanism and things and self-sufficiency, and that his business is like multi-million pound business revenues, and like he's part of environmental groups and activist groups, and like as high up in those, not he's like an influential person. To realise, and he used to be a Buddhist minister, and realising how powerful and connected and his reputation just making me feel even more insignificant on top of how he's treated me, like the comparison. And every day I'm just fighting not to kill myself and not to hurt myself, and I'm trying to go with my degree, and I can't. I had a online tutorial, and that was okay because it was interactive and engaging. But like trying to read my books or read the website, and I read 2 or 3 sentences, and I've forgotten what I just read, and I can't absorb or retain the information. Like I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I'm gonna get sectioned, and I've never been sectioned before, but I don't know how to get back. I don't know how to get back. I'm just hurting so much and hating myself so much and blaming myself so much, and he's stupidly wanting his acceptance and his approval, and feeling like if my therapist hates me then I don't deserve. That's what I deserve. I don't deserve to be loved or cared about. And I'm pushing everybody away, and I won't talk to people. I ignore everybody's messages and phone calls, and now people are starting not to like me or get upset with me or get angry with me. Obviously, my closest friends won't do that, they'll understand, but like my cousin was adopted and only recently found me, and I'm already pushing him away, and you can tell he's getting very upset, and then now he doesn't, like, he's it's not good. And like, it's just snowballing, and I reported to the HCP. I did a formal complaint with him, but he didn't deal with it properly. And I went to the HCPC, and they're investigating, and he's probably going to get suspended and struck off. But then it's not just going to affect therapy, it's going to affect all the other things he does in his community, my community, our community, and his family, his wife. I don't even know the more further reaching repercussions for him and his life. My life is wrecked already. So maybe both of our lives are going to be wrecked. But he's older, and he's obviously clearly financially well off and couldn't, his life might not be as good as it is now. It might be better. Like, he could support himself. He could move away and doesn't have to worry about his reputation, and I can't do anything like that. Or he's got a well-grounded reputation, a well-founded reputation that won't be impacted as significantly. And but I still feel horrible and guilty, and thinking about what is going to happen in his life and how much more he's going to hate me, and how much more he's going to wish that I died. And I stupidly still love him, and I stupidly, like, romantically in love and spiritually feel like I thought we'd had this deep connection, soul connection. And then obviously my spiritual being, that, like I say, I believe our original blueprint is pure love. That's what we are before we come here and after we leave, and the other stuff's just nonsense. And his blueprint is that as well. And so that, when you say the term namaste, and the spirit within me sees the spirit within you, without all the stuff he's done. And then Mind contacted me, and they've reported or referred on to MASH, to Multi-Agency Safeguarding Hub, because they felt they needed to safeguard, because obviously he works with vulnerable people. Even though I don't believe he could have done this to anybody else, I believe it's me. But like, it's me. It's always been me. I make everybody turn bad, or I bring their shadows out. I don't know, but like everybody. And I feel like I've broken him. Because there's something so wrong and bad about me. And that's why, like, I can't fix that. I can't make that better now. That's feels like it's been confirmed, because even a therapist, even this man who's so good and who's so compassionate and loving to all things, and how am I gonna be better or get better now? Like, I feel like that's like fundamental to who I am and what I am. Like, what am I? I've started thinking all sorts of things, like, that I'm some kind of demon or a succubus, or like there's something, or a siren, like there's all these, and like he referred to me as a black widow. Saying I'd caught him in my web, and he's talked about how I'm like seductive, even like not necessarily sexually or romantically, but I'm seductive and make him do things against his better judgment. And so it's like all my fault, all my fault. And if it's all my fault, then I destroyed both of us because I made him do all that stuff. And I don't want to live. Like my life was already bad, and now just. But I wanted to like clear my trauma and find some inner peace before I died. But now I don't know if I can keep going like this day after day after day after day after day, like, and I keep doing all the things that I should be doing. I got a new therapist and I did the reports, and I'm listening to music, and I'm doing Reiki, and I'm doing Ho'oponopono practice, and I'm doing meditation and mudras and mindfulness, and did my hair and my makeup and my nails, and got my new clothes, and I'm like getting up and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do to get back on track and make myself feel better and stable, and nothing works. Nothing works. And I don't want to get sectioned. I want to die, but I don't want to die in distress. And I don't want him to think he's won, because if I kill myself, he's gonna win. So, well, I meant to come on and be angry. I meant to come on and do my fighting speech and saying fuck you, and I don't want to say I don't fucking love you, and I'm not going to hold on to that anymore. I'm not going to feel guilty anymore, but I do. And I'm not going to be dishonest. And I'm not going to give in to the pressure and expectations of what everybody else wants me to be. I'm me, and it's hurting. And I hope one day, if I live long enough, that it stops hurting so much. And I hope one day that I can feel better about myself and who I am. And I hope one day I can let go of what he's done to me and the pain. But I don't hope to be angry. I don't hope to stop loving him. I just hope that I can one day love him without it hurting so much, and forgive him. I hope I can forgive him, because I'm a big believer in forgiveness, and I live my life by it, and I want to forgive him. Yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. And tomorrow's another day, and I might be angry tomorrow, or I might forgive him, and then the next day not feel like I don't forgive him again. I might have to keep revisiting acceptance and letting go and forgiveness over and over and over again, like I have had to with other things and people. And as much as I want to have that clear mind and rid myself of all those negative delusions, you know, I also accept that I'm human. And sometimes as humans we can't just perfectly control our emotions and our thoughts. So I just am what I am today. And I'm not going to run. I want to run away. I want to run away from my pain, but I know that I'm not going to heal without feeling it. And so I'm just going to try not to have the feelings feel out of control, and instead let them be and try to consider them part of a grieving process. And see the horrible pain as part of the road towards healing as well. Even though it's horrible, it doesn't feel like it's healing in any way. And hoping that this video helps somebody else to be less afraid and feel less alone, even though I'm terrified. So yeah, I want to wash all the makeup off. I don't like it. But I don't, because I don't want to show myself right now without my makeup anymore. And this was supposed to be embodying the phoenix, the reds and the oranges and the yellows in there. Like yellow's underneath. I need to like cut the top to get the yellow coming through. But I'm supposed to be like trying to embody the phoenix, and I've got my red and my yellow clothes, and the red, the orange and the yellow, and the red, orange and yellow eyes, and there. But I am a phoenix. I'm rising from the ashes, and maybe both of us were put into each other's paths to destroy each other. Maybe we were meant to do that, because from full destruction, when nothing's left, the only thing we have left to move forwards is to recreate, to create something new from the ashes, and to rise up with a new dream and a new idea, and recreate ourselves and our life. Maybe we both needed that. And that's really the only thing I can hope, because I have to hope that there was a purpose to all this, and a meaning, and that there's something good to come from it. Not just for me, but for both of us, because I don't want to just destroy somebody and nothing good come from it. And yet everyone wants to keep saying, but you're protecting other people, but there might not be other people that needed protecting from him. It might just be me. And so I have to keep hoping that something positive is meant to come from the total destruction. And so if he is watching, Martin, I genuinely hope something good comes from this for you. And I genuinely have my heart still open, even though I don't want it to be. And I genuinely still want to hear your voice and see your face and see your smile, or even see you not smiling. And I still want to speak with you, and not even as my therapist anymore, but spirit to spirit, human to human. Even from our hurt wounds to your hurt wounds, and your hurt wounds to mine, to understand and have compassion and kindness for each other. I still want all that, and as much as I know it's not going to happen. And it hurts that it won't. And I still want reassurance that you don't want me dead. And that you don't hate me. And, but it is what it is, isn't it? I have to accept it is what it is. And I have to learn to get to a point where it doesn't matter if you do hate me. It doesn't matter. So, I'm gonna go. It's like a 40-minute video and I wasn't expecting it to be that long. So it's going out there and see, you know, how it gets responded to, and if people want to hate me and condemn me and think of me as ruthless or whatever, it is what it is, isn't it? And I've got a spot coming up now. But no, I look a mess. I look a mess. I have borderline personality disorder. I look really BPD right now, even though I've been stable for years until now. And I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder and a number of other mental health problems. Like, I was fooling myself that a man of his position, stature and reputation could ever think anything positive about me. I was always going to be beneath him. I was always going to be scum. But I believed for a little while. I believed for a little while I was better than that, and believed the things he told me. But not anymore. I'm accepting my place.